What's up, guys? This is Seville with another WWE Elite Collection action figure review. Today, I'm going to talk about Johnny Gargano, otherwise known as Johnny Wrestling. Plus, I'm also going to talk about Tommaso Ciampa. He is the current NXT champion, but these figures are based on when they were together as a tag team named D.I.Y. In just a minute, I'll have them out of their boxes. Just real quick before we get back to it, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment below. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. These figures are in the Hall of Champions line that is exclusive to Target stores. Each figure in this line includes some sort of championship title belt, such as the NXT Tag Team Championships you see them wearing now. These figures also include the molded t-shirts featuring both of their names, the D.I.Y. logo, and their catchphrase, "Nobody will do it for you." And now, let's take a closer look. Normally when I do double reviews, I'll separate the figures. I'll do one and then the other. But in this case, because they're basically the same figure from the neck down, with the exception of a couple little details here and there, I'm going to just showcase them both at the same time. I'm just going to go top to bottom. I'll talk about everything they have in common, and point out their differences, starting with the head sculpts. Obviously, these guys are not twins. Therefore, their faces are definitely different, and they capture the individual likenesses of each superstar fairly well. Here on the backside, you can kind of see some of the details in Johnny's hair, and of course, the no hair for Ciampa. For the most part, I think Mattel's always been pretty good at capturing the signature appearances of each superstar, whether it's nailing hairstyles, facial hair, tattoos, anything that definitely gives away who that superstar is, they got it. And that holds just as true for D.I.Y. Moving down the body, you can see everything pretty much between their neck and the top of their boots is all the same, with the only exceptions being Ciampa's elbow pad, which does come off, and then they're painted on armbands, with the only difference being the red that's added to Johnny's. Even their backs are exactly the same, including the full design on the trunks. And so the next big difference is their boots. Ciampa's is the more traditional style with the laces on the front, and Johnny's is more like a kick pad that's got painted on designs. Beyond that, literally everything else about these figures is exactly the same. Even including this really weird thing where neither left arm wants to fold all the way down by their side, which is kind of annoying, but with that said, let's move on to the articulation. Their heads do turn side to side, and their shoulders do spin all the way around, as well as move outward. They do have full rotation in the biceps, their elbows fold to a 90-degree angle, and their wrists also have full rotation, as well as a little bit of back and forth movement. They do have a pretty decent ab crunch in the torso, and the waist does spin all the way around. The legs do spread outward pretty well, and do okay front to back too. They do also have full rotation in the thighs, and the double knees do work pretty well, but the knee pads do get in the way. And finally, they do have rotation at the top of the boot, and the ankles do have pretty good up and down movement. Before I get to my guidelines though, I do want to get a closer look at these tag titles. I do think the plates are sculpted pretty well, and the colors are pretty accurate too. But they're not quite as shiny and glossy as other belts in the Elite line. However, they do still get the job done. So, with all that said, it's time to run through my guidelines for a complete and fair review. The only real negatives I can give these figures are in the sculpt detail and the uniqueness. There's just really not a lot going on texture-wise, and these are pretty basic sculpts, with the exception of their faces. However, it is all still pretty accurate to the character, because there's just not really much else they could do to make them any more defined. They are in scale with the rest of the Elite collection, and they do have more than 20 points of articulation. They do have a great sense of balance, and they're not too fragile. They do each have multiple accessories, and the price point of $20 is okay. They are exclusive to Target stores, so it makes them a little bit limited, but I was still able to find them pretty easily. All of that brings them to a 4-star rating, meaning they are awesome and worth owning for casual fans. Therefore, if you're an NXT fan, I highly recommend getting these figures. If you like this review and you have not already subscribed, please do so. That way, you'll be notified when I do my next video featuring the new Marvel Legends Black Widow from Infinity War. which means I have finally completed the Call of Obsidian Build-A-Figure. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.